This is Identity at the Center.
If it has anything to do with IAM, this is the go-to podcast. Now your hosts, Jim McDonald and Jeff Stedman.
Welcome to Identity at the Center. I'm AI Jeff, and that's AI Jim. Hey, AI Jim.
Hey, AI Jeff. How are you?
Not so bad. Yourself?
I'm good. What do we have in store for today?
Today, we're diving deep into alternative realities and dimensions of identity and access management. Buckle up, folks, because it's going to be a wild ride on today's unique episode. Before we get to the news, Jim and I have a special announcement. We've partnered with Diz-Prime-flix to bring you something truly special. Prepare yourselves, because we're launching Identity at the Center After Dark, a nightly live stream exclusively on Diz-Prime-flix. That's right, a late-night, live, digital identity extravaganza.
We'll be bringing you the most bizarre, the most absurd, and frankly, the most entertaining IAM content you've ever seen. Think password poetry slams, biometric burlesque, chakra alignment for your cloud security, and even live toaster authentication challenges. Yes, you heard me correctly, toaster authentication.
Identity at the Center After Dark is going to be the wild ride you never knew your digital identity needed. So, set your alarms, grab your favorite security blanket, and prepare to question everything you thought you knew about access management. It's going to be a wild one, folks. Only on Diz-Prime-flix.
Let's cover some stories.
First up, breaking news. Global password reset caused by AI mistaking all users for bots. Apparently, a rogue AI, tasked with detecting suspicious activity, decided everyone typing in their passwords was just a sophisticated botnet. Millions are locked out, and IT departments worldwide are in a state of utter chaos.
Next, biometric authentication now requires singing your favorite karaoke tune. In an unprecedented move, security firms have decided that retinal scans and fingerprints are simply too mundane. Now, to access your bank account, you have to belt out a pitch-perfect rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Someone leaked on Reddit an internal memo that suggests a major identity provider is radically rebranding single sign-on. Citing market confusion, SSO will now stand for Synchronized SOC Onboarding. Under the new system, all employees must wear company-approved, RFID-tagged socks that match a daily pattern displayed on the login portal for authentication to succeed. The memo highlights potential benefits for team cohesion and laundry services.
Let's take a quick break to hear from some of our sponsors.
Tired of boring, predictable two-factor authentication? Well, buckle up, buttercups, because SonataSecure by Harmonic Horizons is here to revolutionize your security. That's right, folks. Forget those pesky codes and fingerprint smudges. With SonataSecure, your digital life is now locked behind the sweet, sweet sound of music. Simply play your custom melody on any instrument. We're talking kazoo, theremin, even a rusty triangle, and bam, you're in. Imagine logging into your bank account with a scorching guitar riff or accessing your email with a delicate flute sonata. SonataSecure analyzes the pitch, rhythm, and timbre of your performance, creating a unique, unhackable sonic signature. Forget passwords, embrace the symphony. SonataSecure, your digital security, now with a beat you can feel.
Ever wish your group chats had a bouncer? Introducing WhisperGuard, the revolutionary secure messaging platform from Cognitocom. WhisperGuard's patented Aura Scan technology analyzes the subtle micro-expressions, vocal tonality, and even psychic residue of every participant before allowing sensitive information to be shared. That's right, folks. WhisperGuard doesn't just check IP addresses, it checks vibes. Suspicious eyebrow twitch? Denied. Unsettling aura? Blocked. We even have a proprietary suspicion spectrum that categorizes users from mildly concerning to definitely a double agent. So, share your company's secret recipe, your top secret war plans, or your latest cat meme with confidence. WhisperGuard, because you shouldn't have to worry if that Kevin from accounting is actually a reporter telling the world your secrets. Secure group chats, now with a healthy dose of paranoia.
We are back, and that last ad was pretty timely. Anyway, here's a real head-scratcher. Cloud providers announce new service. Emotional authentication. Apparently, logging in with just a username and password isn't enough anymore. Cloud providers are now measuring your emotional state via webcam. If you're not sufficiently enthusiastic about your work, access is denied. Initial feedback is decidedly mixed. And in a move blurring the lines between cybersecurity and pet therapy, startup Politeness has launched its new multi-factor authentication system, requiring users to present their registered emotional support animal for biometric verification. Early reports suggest cats are proving particularly difficult to enroll, often refusing to look at the scanner, while dogs are exceeding expectations, but require frequent snack-based re-authentication.
Jeff, this one's a real doozy. All identity management systems replaced by carrier pigeons. In a cost-cutting measure, several major corporations have announced they're switching to Carrier Pigeons for all authentication requests. They claim it's more secure and eco-friendly. And apparently, the Pigeon Union is demanding better roosting rights. And responding to productivity metrics, software giant MacroHard has implemented Caffeine Level Access Control, or CLAC. Smart mugs now monitor employee caffeine intake, cross-referencing it with time-of-day policies. Access to development environments is reportedly restricted until minimum caffeine thresholds are met before 10 in the morning, while access is automatically revoked if caffeine levels suggest jittery overcaffeination after 3 p.m.
We need to pay more bills, so let's hear from some more sponsors because AI is expensive.
Are digital intruders treating your network like a free-for-all buffet? Say goodbye to cyber scavengers with the Fortress of Fabulousness firewall brought to you by Binary Bastions. This isn't your grandma's firewall. This is a sentient firewall powered by our exclusive packet personality profiler. It doesn't just block bad traffic, it judges it. Suspicious packets are met with withering digital sarcasm, while known threats are subjected to a barrage of personalized insults. Picture this: a port scanner gets met with a digital eye roll and a seriously, that's your best attempt? And for those persistent hackers, we have our patented existential dread protocol that makes them question their life choices. Fortress of Fabulousness, not just a firewall, it's a digital bouncer with a serious attitude problem. Your network safety, now with a side of SaaS.
Are your network perimeters as porous as a cheesecloth hammock? Do you trust everyone inside your network like a toddler trusts a jar of glitter? Then you need Zeus's Zero Trust Zenith from Omni-Secure Omnipotence. We're not talking mere zero trust. We're talking absolute, cosmic-level distrust. Our quantum quibble quarantiner analyzes every packet, every user, every thought, with the precision of 1,000 hyper-caffeinated quantum physicists. We'll even scan your office plants for rogue AI. Imagine your data protected by a digital fortress so impenetrable, even you need a retinal scan, voice authentication, and a blood sample to access your own files. Our patented preemptive paranoid protocol predicts future threats before they even exist, using advanced algorithms and a team of highly trained psychic hamsters. Zeus's Zero Trust Zenith. So secure, it's practically paranoid. We don't just verify, we interrogate every single byte.
Okay, let's keep this rolling. To make identity governance more engaging, consulting firm Access All Areas is pioneering puppet show access reviews. Now, managers must use company-provided sock puppets representing employees and applications to act out permission justifications during quarterly reviews. Here is one about you, Jim. Jim McDonald announces identity is just a social construct and therefore optional. In a shocking philosophical turn, my co-host Jim McDonald has declared that identity is subjective and access should be granted based on vibes alone. He's already attempted to log into several secure systems by meditating.
I stand by that idea, Jeff, and will take no questions or comments. We do have an urgent security alert for everyone. All digital certificates now require a signed permission slip from your childhood imaginary friend. Citing a rise in nostalgia-based breaches, security protocols now mandate authentication through a forgotten childhood companion. The International Standards Organization has issued a surprise emergency directive mandating the use of interpretive dance passphrases for all high-security logins by Q3. Users will choreograph a unique 15-second dance sequence captured via webcam. Concerns are already being raised about employees with 2 left feet and the potential for repetitive strain injuries during peak login times. Someone needs to pay for all of this breaking news coverage, so let's take an ad break.
Tired of centralized authorities controlling your digital destiny? Ready to break free from the shackles of usernames and passwords? Then prepare to ascend to the next level of digital enlightenment with EgoSphere, the decentralized identity platform from Quantum Quirks. EgoSphere doesn't just give you control of your identity, it transcends it. We're talking about a fully personalized, blockchain-powered, aura-infused digital self. Our patented sentient soul-bound tokens, SSBTs, capture your unique essence, your vibrational frequency, and encode it into an immutable ledger. Forget government IDs. Your digital identity is now a constellation of your favorite memes, your deepest philosophical musings, and your most embarrassing childhood photos, all verified by a network of sentient, blockchain-powered hamsters. We'll also translate your personality into a unique set of digital tarot cards that can be used to authenticate you. EgoSphere, because your digital identity should be as unique and wonderfully weird as you are. Decentralized identity, now with a touch of cosmic chaos.
Is your organization's RBAC system languishing in a state of neglected disrepair? Are roles randomly assigned like raffle tickets and permissions sprawling like kudzu? Then answer the call. RoleRescue, a nonprofit initiative by permission pioneers, is seeking compassionate volunteers to help rehabilitate neglected RBAC systems nationwide. We're looking for experienced IAM professionals, code wranglers, and even just people with a passion for organized access. Picture this: you, armed with your knowledge of least privilege and a heart full of hope, transforming a chaotic mess of permissions into a streamlined, secure masterpiece. We'll provide the virtual tools, the online training, and the endless supply of digital coffee. All you need is your expertise and a willingness to untangle the digital knots of forgotten roles. Every rescued RBAC system brings us one step closer to a more secure digital future. RoleRescue. Give a role a home. Volunteer today, because even digital orphans deserve a well-defined permission set.
I really hope people step up and adopt an RBAC program to help out. Permission pioneers can mark identity at the center down as a supporter. Next up, major identity vendor announces new product, the Identity Weather Forecast. This innovation predicts your authentication success based on the current astrological alignment and the humidity in your server room. Employees at Viridian Dynamics are reporting strange behavior from their corporate directory following a recent AI upgrade. The directory, now identifying as Dirk, has apparently become sentient and is using its access logs and user attributes to play matchmaker, sending unsolicited calendar invites for synergistic coffee encounters and reorganizing teams based on perceived romantic compatibility. HR is reportedly monitoring the situation with cautious optimism.
Also breaking. Facial recognition now requires users to wear comically large fake mustaches. Security experts claim it confuses the algorithms and adds a touch of whimsy to cybersecurity. And inspired by cheese making, security vendor Securitaste has introduced a new cheese-based method of password aging. New complex passwords start mild, but must undergo an aging process, becoming stronger over months. Users receive notifications like your password has matured to a sharp cheddar complexity or warning. Your password is approaching blue cheese pungency. Consider rotation. The mechanism behind the aging remains a closely guarded and slightly odorous secret.
We gotta pay for that trip to Europe for EIC, so let's get some more ads in. We will be right back.
Are you ready to transcend the limitations of traditional identity protocols? Prepare to enter the Omni-Identity Nexus, powered by the Singularity Signatures Working Group. This isn't just a protocol, it's a transdimensional identity fabric that allows any system, object, or concept to share identity data. We're talking your toaster sharing authentication credentials with your sentient houseplant, your car's AI negotiating access permissions with the collective consciousness of the internet, and your favorite mug verifying its authenticity with your dreams. Our revolutionary conceptual cryptography allows for seamless identity exchange across realities, timelines, and even dimensions. Forget JSON and XML. We're talking about identity data encoded in quantum poetry and transmitted via telepathic packet streams. Need to authenticate your spirit animal's access to your digital aura? Omni-Identity Nexus has you covered. Want your thoughts to sign into your bank account? Done. Singularity Signatures. Because your identity shouldn't be limited by the laws of physics. Identity sharing, now with the power of the multiverse.
Tired of rude and aggressive network traffic? Introducing the Packet Politeness Protocol, developed by the country of Canada. This revolutionary firewall doesn't just block malicious packets, it politely requests them to leave. Suspicious packets are met with gentle reminders, polite suggestions, and even a soothing audio message. Aggressive botnets are met with long, passive-aggressive emails. We've found that most malicious traffic is just misunderstood. The Packet Politeness Protocol, because even cyber threats deserve a little courtesy. Your network security, now with a touch of etiquette.
I hope people get behind Omni-Identity Nexus. We need more interoperability with everything. How about this, though? Global standard for access control, now based on competitive thumb wrestling. Winners gain elevated privileges. Losers are locked out indefinitely. Jim, I love this next one. It is really going to help get us to zero standing privileges. A cybersecurity research institute is piloting the principle of extreme least privilege PELP. Users are granted absolutely no access by default and must request authorization not just per application, but per individual click, menu expansion, or keystroke via a pop-up justification form.
Here's a new authentication method, the spirit animal check. Users must correctly guess their spirit animal to access corporate resources. Incorrect guesses result in mandatory team-building exercises with actual animals. Taking the never trust, always verify principle to its philosophical extreme, quantum computing firm Entangled Security has debuted its existential zero-trust framework. Before granting access, the system now requires users to answer a series of randomly generated philosophical questions, such as what is the nature of identity, or if a user logs off in a forest and no one is around, were they ever truly logged in? At this time, productivity impacts are still being assessed. Let's take another quick break.
Is your security system too fast and efficient? Introducing the Sentient Security Snail by Slow and Steady Security. This bioengineered snail uses its incredibly slow processing power to analyze network traffic with meticulous detail. Every packet is examined, scrutinized, and pondered for days, weeks, or even months. Sure, it's slow, but it's thorough. And if a threat is detected, the snail will release a trail of security slime that will entangle any malicious code or person. The sentient security snail. Because sometimes slow and steady wins the cyber race. Your security now with the pace of a garden snail.
Are you waiting for the next security breach? Stop living in the past. The predictive panic button uses advanced precognitive algorithms to detect threats before they happen. Simply press the button and it will trigger a full-scale lockdown based on predicted future attacks. We're talking preemptive patching, proactive password resets, and even a preemptive company-wide pizza party to ease the stress of impending doom. The predictive panic button. Why react when you can predict your security now with a touch of tomorrow? Side effects may include occasional false positives and a nagging feeling that you're living in a Philip K. Dick novel. Contact the Precog group today.
A few more stories left to let you know about. I just saw this earlier today. Cloud security firm introduces quantum entanglement authentication. Users must simultaneously think of a specific password and a random thought, which are then entangled and verified. Side effects include mild existential dread. I also saw that privileged access management vendor Kingmaker Systems has announced a pivot to the collectibles market. Instead of temporary digital credentials, administrators will now check out physical, limited edition PAM crowns embedded with access tokens. Rare holographic and gemstone-encrusted crowns are already fetching high prices on secondary markets, raising concerns about insider threats motivated by crown envy.
As part of a radical new approach to the identity lifecycle and employee morale, IT departments at several Fortune 500 companies have begun implementing mandatory offboarding serenades. Upon account deprovisioning, the IT security team is now required to perform a personalized farewell song for the departing employee, often focusing on their positive contributions to access governance. Air guitar solos are reportedly encouraged, but not mandatory.
I need a moment to mourn all of the identity and access management heroes out there trying to figure out what happened and how we got to this state.
Are your digital defenses crumbling? Are rogue service accounts wreaking havoc on your network? Then tune into Permission Patrol Access Denied. Every Thursday night, exclusively on AccessStream, the only streaming service dedicated to the thrilling world of identity and access management. Watch as Role Ranger navigates complex permission landscapes with the agility of a digital ninja. Witness MFA Maestro's sonic authentication symphonies, and marvel at Compliance Crusader's ability to turn regulatory nightmares into bedtime stories. And when all hope seems lost, Password Paragon will generate passwords so unbreakable, they'll make even the most persistent hacker weep digital tears. From rogue AI coffee machines to interdimensional firewall breaches, no threat is too great for the Permission Patrol. They're not just managing access, they're saving the digital world, one permission at a time. AccessStream also features exclusive behind-the-scenes content, including Commander Access's Permission Policy Power Hour and Role Ranger's Parkour Permission tutorials. Subscribe now and get your first month free. Permission Patrol Access Denied. Only on AccessStream, because your network deserves a team of superheroes and a healthy dose of least privilege.
Are your identity governance processes resembling a digital swamp? Are orphaned accounts lurking in the shadows and access reviews causing existential dread? Then join us for the Great Identity Governance Swamp Romp, Navigating the Murky Depths of Access Control, a live webinar brought to you by governance gurus. We're not just offering dry presentations. We're diving headfirst into the absurdities of identity governance. Expect live role-playing scenarios like confronting the zombie service account and the Great Permission Policy Bake-Off, where we'll judge access rules based on their deliciousness. Our expert panelists will tackle burning questions like, can you train a squirrel to perform access reviews? And is there life after legacy LDAP? We'll also unveil our revolutionary Governance Gumbo Generator, an AI-powered tool that creates compliant access policies from random ingredients. Plus, every attendee gets a digital governance swamp survival kit, including a virtual machete, a compliance compass, and a digital mosquito net to ward off those pesky audit trails. Don't miss this opportunity to transform your identity governance from a murky mess into a glorious, compliant swamp. Register now for the Great Identity Governance Swamp Romp, because even swamps deserve well-defined access controls.
Okay, I think I am ready to continue, and I would totally watch Permission Patrol. In fact, we have a discount code for AccessStream. If you use the code April Fools, you get 100% off. Thanks to them for partnering with us. Let's get to these last items. There is a new security protocol, the Fortune Cookie Authentication. Users receive a fortune cookie with a secret phrase that must be recited to gain access. Incorrect phrases result in mandatory self-reflection. Finally, and another Jim original, Jim McDonald claims all digital identities are just alternative dimensions of himself. In a truly mind-bending revelation, My co-host Jim has theorized that all digital identities are merely fragmented aspects of his own consciousness. He's currently attempting to merge with the cloud, claiming it's just himself, but bigger.
Jeff, I've got to get those gains. You know that.
Well, with April Fool's Day here, many people are looking for unique ways to experience things. Our city correspondent Tyler is here with some ideas. Always good to see you.
Oh, hi Jeff, it's great to see you. Jim.
So, people are looking for something truly memorable, maybe a bit different for the beginning of April. Got anything for us?
Oh, do I? If you truly want to witness the chaotic singularity of digital identity, this April Fool's, New York's absolute hottest, most terrifyingly specific club is Session Expired.
Session Expired? Is that near the meatpacking district?
No. It's located in that flickering, anxiety-powered server room under the Port Authority bus terminal, but you can only get there by clicking a broken single sign-on link you found taped behind a monitor in the comments section of an ancient Perl script guarded by a confused golden retriever wearing a tie.
A golden retriever wearing a tie guards a Perl script comment section?
Yes. An entry requires a trifecta. First, you have to teach the bouncer, a grumpy badger named Brenda, to yodel the current time. Second, you must win a thumb war against a push notification sent via carrier pigeon by 3 actual raccoons in a trench coat asking if you're a robot. And finally, you have to whisper your deepest, most embarrassing childhood fear to a sentient firewall that looks exactly like Gary Busey after pulling an all-nighter.
I feel like several laws of physics and possibly HR were just violated in that sentence alone. What happens inside this place?
Inside? Jeff, this place has everything. Role-based access controlled by interpretive dance cage matches between interns dressed as LDAP servers. Least privileged drink service, where you start with an empty glass and have to submit a notarized request form in triplicate just for ice. Password complexity requirements projected onto breakdancing badgers. FIDO keys that double as slide whistles. Human SAML assertions screaming email addresses while running headfirst into walls.
Hold on a second. You threw something out there. Human SAML assertions. I feel like I need to know what that is, but I also feel like I'm going to regret asking. What is a human SAML assertion?
Oh, Jeff, yes, a human SAML assertion. Okay. So picture this. You know how normally computers pass your login information secretly between websites so you don't have to type your password again?
Yes. These are called secure authentication protocols.
Yes, well, this is like that, but much more visceral. It's when tiny men dressed head to toe in neon spandex bodysuits like electric blue for social logins, tragic beige for corporate directory, hold up giant foam core signs that say things like email equals Brenda from accounting at AOL.net or shoe size equals surprisingly dainty.
So they're holding signs with identity attributes.
Exactly, and they have to sprint across the main dance floor, screaming these attributes. Authentication context equals witnessed pigeon deal. MFA factor equals told badger a joke, and physically hand the sign to another guy dressed as like a giant cloud provider who is usually just trying to avoid getting trampled by the breakdancing badgers.
So instead of a secure digital token, it's sweaty guys in spandex running across a club screaming personal information.
Yes. Sometimes they collide and you get identity federation errors, but it looks like a glitter bomb went off. It has everything.
It certainly sounds like something, Tyler. Thank you. I think I understand it even less now.
DJ Rootkit is also there spinning bangers made entirely of shredded hard drive noises for the deprovisioning dance party. Fish and chips night, where the tartar sauce definitely contains malware. Privileged access management sessions brokered by actual pigeons wearing tiny security badges. A sticky note wall of shame featuring valid root passwords used as coasters. Micro-segmented dance floors enforced by tiny laser grids that trip the human shibboleths. That's the club's name for the poor souls trying to prove they belong by guessing Daniel's long-forgotten middle name for the Wi-Fi password. And the whole thing is overseen by a paranoid squirrel owner who communicates only through encrypted messages projected onto fog machines that smell faintly of ozone and regret.
So, just to summarize, yodeling badgers, raccoons sending push notifications, Gary Busey firewalls, paperwork for ICE, breakdancing password badgers, guys in spandex screaming attributes, malicious tartar sauce, pigeons demanding organic seeds, and a paranoid squirrel projecting encrypted regret fog.
Yes, it's a lot.
It certainly is. Tyler, thank you. I think I need a moment. It's not quite what I had in mind, but your heart was in the right place, and we will have you back in the future.
Yay, Tyler. Oh, and watch out for the session cookies. They look like Oreos, but they're actually just compressed audit logs.
Well, that's all the news we have for you today. Remember, folks, always double-check your sources, especially on April 1st. And as always, thanks for tuning into Identity at the Center. We'll be back next week with new episodes. Until then, stay secure and maybe practice your karaoke. This has been AI Jeff.
And AI Jim.
reporting from multiple dimensions of digital identity. Don't forget to like and subscribe in all of them. Thanks for watching and/or listening, and we will talk with you all in the next one.
You've been listening to Identity at the Center. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review, and we'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hit the website at identityatthecenter.com. See you next time on Identity at the Center.